President Trump and former Vice President Biden have taken very different approaches to what's going on in Kenosha.
There's just a war on law enforcement in this country, and without law enforcement, we wouldn't have a country.
He may believe mouthing the words law and order makes him strong, but his failure to call on his own supporters to stop acting as an armed militia in this country shows how weak he is.
I came to Kenosha to cover the protests, and then also Trump visited on Tuesday and met with local business people, also with law enforcement and local leaders at a round table.
So this store was here 109 years, just about the oldest in the nation, doing what you did.
In the state, for sure.
It's fantastic. And we're going to help them a lot. I think we're going to help them a
Trump
lot.
and Biden framed the conflict in Kenosha very differently. And I think they also attempted to frame it as an embodiment of a larger conflict going on in America right now. Trump framed it as a law and order issue and focused a lot on physical damage to businesses, but then also this threat to the larger community of lawlessness.
To stop the political violence, we must also confront the radical ideology that includes this violence. Reckless far-left politicians continue to push the destructive message that our nation and our law enforcement are oppressive or racist. They'll throw out any word that comes to them. Actually, we must give far greater support to our law enforcement. It's all about giving them additional support. These are great people.
At the same time, while Trump was doing that, there was a block party happening for Jacob Blake's family and for the Black community, just 4 blocks away from where he was.
That fist that you put up in anger, we're asking to raise up high in unity and come on board with the Blakes. We're going to make some big changes that affect all the little Jakes around this nation. So their parents can let their children go outside the door, play in the yard, go down the street, drive the vehicle, and not have to worry about police officers that might do them in.
But Trump himself did not actually interact with the Blake family at all and received a lot of criticism for that.
A day later, Biden visited, and he had a very different kind of a visit. He met with members of Jacob Blake's family, the Black man who was shot by police, and met with Black leaders at a local church. Biden focused on the deaths of people of color, in particular Black men, at the hands of police, and on the movements to address systemic racism, and also focused on listening to those people, not just police and authorities.
I know legally why a lot of officers who kill Black men and women are not held legally responsible, criminally legally responsible for their actions, because the law protects them.
People are beginning to figure out who we are as a country. This is not who we are. This is not who we are. So the first point I want to make, Joel, is I am not pessimistic. I'm optimistic about the opportunity if we seize it.
Former Vice President Biden has praised some of the work of Black Lives Matter, and he's condemned white supremacist violence or violence by vigilantes like Rittenhouse, while the president has questioned whether Rittenhouse was being attacked and standing his ground.
And he was trying to get away from them, I guess, it looks like. And he fell, and then they very violently attacked him. And it was something that we're looking at right now, and it's under investigation. But I guess he was in very big trouble. He probably would have been killed, but it's under investigation.
And when someone in authority breathes oxygen under that rock, it legitimizes those folks to come on out.
Donald Trump was focusing on his whole theme of law and order, and he said American cities are going through riots and domestic terror, as he called it, and anti-Americanness because of Democratic mayors and Democratic governors. Trump's strategy is you're on my side or you're not, basically. Joe Biden is saying that there is a better good in America, that we can unify. So he kind of flips it back onto Donald Trump and says, it's actually your fault, Donald Trump,